You know, brother, I have been looking forward to this review since we started this series. I
Yes.
cannot wait to do this fucking review.
This is a great movie.
Between the legs.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, I know.
You just fondled Jason's balls.
Yeah, they're not very big. They're kind of hard too. Like plasticky.
Wow, that wasn't gay at all. They're kind of hard.
Well, you did see my video on the outtakes, right?
Not yet. Well, hello everyone. Like we were just saying, we've been waiting to do this film for a while.
Yep, definitely. How's it going, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo.
And Bill.
And today we are doing the 2017 fan film, Never Hike Alone.
Awesome film.
This film was done by WOMP STOMP Films. It was directed by Vincente Disante and stars Andrew, I'm so gonna mess his name up, Lady. Andrew Lady plays our main character Kyle, and Jason, as this is a Friday the 13th fan film, for those of you that don't know, Jason is played by Vincente Disante, who also directed the film and wrote it. Now, you might be asking, why are we reviewing a fan film?
Because it's good.
Because it's amazing. It's so fucking good. This film is good enough to be in the series.
Yes.
We're gonna have part of it playing in the background, so if you
Like
don't
we
want any
always do.
spoilers, turn this review off right now.
Now.
Go watch the movie. It's on YouTube for free. Just look up Never Hike Alone on YouTube. It's 55 minutes long, or about 52 minutes long. It's not a very long film. It's an amazing film. It has some great stuff in it, and it's got some great surprises in it. This is a spoiler review.
As always.
So, if you don't want spoilers, because I am going to be giving them, do not watch from this point on. Our synopsis is this. We have a hiker, video vlogger, YouTuber, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if they use the word YouTube or not, but his name is Kyle. And what he does is he makes videos about hikes. You know, hiking through the wilderness, different trails, different things like that. And his show is called Trail Junkies.
All that dirty hippie shit.
Yeah, I like hiking. What can I say? I like rock climbing.
You don't look like it.
I do. Fuck you.
You still don't look like it.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the subject here. Kyle is out hiking in the Essex County wildlife forest lands by himself. For those of you who don't know, Essex County is New Jersey. Yes, there are woodlands there.
Yeah.
That is also where Camp Crystal Lake just happens to be. Our intrepid hiker stumbles across Camp Crystal Lake, of which he's heard many stories, but never believed.
No one ever does.
And guess who he comes face to face with and spends the majority of this movie fighting off?
Can I take a guess? He comes across Ronald Reagan.
No.
Because he hates hippies.
You said that already. You used that joke before.
No, I said Nixon.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Ronald Reagan hates hippies
It's
too.
still a president joke.
Dirty hippies. Yeah.
Anyways, though, guys, who does he come across? The one and only Jason Voorhees. This film was done on a smaller budget. It is done amazingly well.
You wouldn't think it was such a small budget.
Another interesting fact about this movie is that because it is a fan film, you know, all the legal things, they are not allowed to sell this film. That is why it's available on YouTube for free. However, what they can do is do a donation Kickstarter to donate to the production of Blu-ray copies. And then they can then give those Blu-rays as
free gifts
for your donation. They only had 600 of them done, and unfortunately it's no longer available.
They're all gone.
And unfortunately the order did not get here in time for this review.
No.
It probably won't be coming out till next month, maybe October. So what I did is I contacted Womp Stomp Films, and Mr. Disante was kind enough to answer me back personally. And I told him what was going on, that I was going to be reviewing this film, and I told him I wanted to, showcase the Blu-ray, but it's not coming out in time, so he was awesome enough to send me a couple items, which I'm going to show you now. I'm going to put these in front of the camera so you guys can take a good look at them. We framed these, so this is a Never Hike Alone lithograph photo from the movie, done kind of in an animated style. And it is actually signed by the director, Mr. Vincente Disante, right up there in the corner. And on the back he wrote, "Thanks for your support." Awesome guy, awesome director. This is the actual cover art. This is a sneak peek, guys. You are seeing this for the first time ever. Nobody has seen the cover art yet. However, there is a little bit of a change. They had to change some special features. So this particular cover art may be changing a little bit.
It's not for sure yet.
Not for sure, but if it is, I'm happy because that means we got a very exclusive thing.
Oh yeah.
So, very awesome. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments section. If you want to see some pictures of it, I will take some pictures of it and put them at the end of the video. So they actually filmed this movie over in California in some, wild woodlands up north. And it's really cool because they were looking around places to film, and this guy comes to them, and they're basically just down the road. He's like, "Hey, there's actually an abandoned summer camp right over there."
Nice.
So they didn't know what to do, who to contact, so they just went over there and started filming. And it's very cool, it's very awesome, and it looks really amazing.
Oh yeah.
Some Easter eggs in this film. They did some Easter eggs, some throwbacks to the series. As you're watching the movie and you're looking around Camp Crystal Lake with Kyle, he keeps coming across these little red tags. And those red tags just happen to be in the exact same places as the murders from the original movie, including the hanging murder, where you actually see the rope still hanging from the tree. All in all, guys, this is a movie that both Bill and I love. I love this film. It is done so well. I cannot stop touting the praises of this film, which if you watched all the other reviews, because I mention it in almost every single one. So let's get into pros and cons, guys. Pros and cons time, and then at the end, I'm going to give you another spoiler because there's some really cool stuff that happens.
I think we should start with the cons because there really aren't that many in this film.
Okay, sounds good. What's your first one?
Okay, my first con, the Blair Witch style shooting of some of this film. Ever since the Blair Witch Project, I hate that film. I hate it with a passion. And now whenever I see stuff like that,
found footage film. It's found footage.
Whenever I see that footage, shot like that, I hate it. I really hate it.
Usually I agree with you. Usually I would agree with you. But in this movie, they did it well. It didn't occupy...
Not well enough, guys.
Yes, they did. They did it perfectly.
Not for me.
I completely disagree. It didn't take up the whole film. It was only in certain parts. And
Still, I hated it.
And it added an aspect of fear, if you ask me, because while the camera gets knocked down, it's on the ground, and he's fighting, or he's laying on the ground, he's getting his butt kicked or whatever. It adds that moment of fear to it, that you're seeing it through like a second set of eyes. And I enjoyed it. I usually agree. I hate found footage. I don't like it ever since, like you said, Blair Witch Project. This film, I love it. It's actually one of my pros. It's the first time I've ever seen it done right.
I'm sorry, I still can't do it. I still can't do the Blair Witch Project style shooting.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Well, you probably jack off to the Blair Witch Project.
Only the part where they get naked.
There is no part in that crappy ass film.
That's the second movie. Can't believe I even saw that one.
Oh, good lord.
And
you actually watched that piece of shit?
I was at some friends' houses and they wanted to watch it. So it was a long time. It was when it first came out.
Okay, what's your first con?
I actually only have one con in this film. Completely, just one.
Okay.
And it's not even really a con. It's just a very small nitpicky thing. When Kyle is going around checking out Camp Crystal Lake, in the kitchen are brand new pots and pans hanging up. That's the only con I have. I was just like, why didn't you take a little time and weather the pans? Make them look... Either that, but honestly, it does bring up this really awesome image in my mind of Jason with an apron on, standing behind,
pink apron,
standing behind in his mask, standing behind the stove, cooking up some grub, ordering out of the Martha Stewart catalog for new parts and pans. It does bring up a really funny image in my brain.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
So yeah, that is really my only con. I do have one other little nitpicky thing, but it's not really a con for me. In fact, I kind of like it. It was just a little bit overdone. I don't know if you agree on this, but that was the sound effects they put with Jason's footsteps.
I'm a little torn with that. I am a little torn with that.
I liked it, but it seemed like they kind of went a little too far with it by doing it through most of the parts. They didn't do it
maybe a little bit.
They didn't do it when he was being stealthy. It was only when he was coming like full bore at you, getting ready to kill.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't give a shit if I'm being stealthy right now. I'm coming.
But it's not really
I'm coming for your ass.
It works for me. Towards the very end, it's like, okay, we get it, but it still works for me. I still enjoy it. So...
Okay. My second con, and it's a nitpicky one too. It's the scene where he's scared, and he's got the phone, and then he pulls out a knife, and he's got the flashlight, He's got the flashlight and the phone, and he's recording. And he gets scared because he hears something. He pulls out that knife. He's still holding the phone, the knife, and the flashlight, and it looks kind of awkward, especially with that knife and flashlight in the same hand
as the camera.
No, the knife and the flashlight were in the same hand.
Oh yeah.
The phone he held in one. If I
it wasn't a phone, it was a camera, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But if I got that scared that I thought I needed a knife to stab something or someone with, the phone would have went away, and I would have had the knife in one hand and the flashlight in the other.
Well, that was actually before he realized Jason was there, though, wasn't it?
But if you got
he was exploring. He was exploring with the thing, and he just heard a sound, so he pulled out the knife.
Yeah, and then he held it. I'm going to stab you with the flashlight's in the way of the pointy end of the knife. It's nitpicky, I know, but.
Yeah.
It is there. I would have ditched the recording device, held the flashlight in one hand, and the knife in my dominant hand.
See, I will say this though. I'm speaking for myself here. Any flaws in this movie can be overlooked because it is just that fucking good.
Yes, it is. It really is.
You got any more cons? Because I'm fresh out.
Okay. This is actually a pro and a con, so I'm going to start off with the con version of this and go into our pros. Yeah, this is way better than the one he had. Con, that shovel was a piece of shit.
In the video, in the movie, Kyle is chilling out in his tent and he's filming part of his series, and part of his series is he has to display a product.
And this is not the product.
No, it's just a similar tool. It's a shovel. It's an all-in-one shovel survival tool.
This is actually known as an E-tool. If you're a military person, you know it. This is actually a military surplus tool.
The thing about it, though, is like you said, is I don't really consider that a con because, it's
it was a piece of shit.
But it was a shitty thing on purpose. It's supposed to be shitty. He even talks about how this thing's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
In the movies, but he is sponsored by whoever makes it, so that's why he's showing it.
Yeah.
He's sponsored by them, so he's showing it off. But, he's even like, man, this thing looks like a piece of shit to me. And I thought it was funny. So
it is. But it's also a pro to me because he actually used not this piece of shit, that piece of shit, he used it
a few
to
times.
deflect Jason's weapons.
He used it to fight Jason.
It
was very well done.
The way he used that piece of shit to fight off Jason, use what you got. And he used a piece of garbage to actually fight off Jason. That's awesome.
Only you would get buggy about the tool that happened to be used in the movie.
Yes, I would. Because it doesn't have a serrated edge like this one here, where you can actually use it to cleave someone's skull.
I saw
No. I looked and made damn sure no serrated edge. Your traditional E-tool can also be used as an axe.
Yeah.
To cleave a person's skull.
Or cut your hand in half if you keep doing that.
Maybe.
You know, okay. I just realized something. You're drinking fucking Keystone, you fucking redneck.
Yeah, because this was what I could afford at the time.
Well, I found this in your fridge, so I'd rather you drink Bud Ice any day.
I left that for you, dumbass. Because you hate this so much, I left that for you. See, look at this. I was nice and left that for him, and he bitches about it.
Lesson learned here, folks. Don't be nice to me, because I'm not a nice person.
Neither am I. Yeah. Hey, as you see from my reviews, I keep saying shit about his weight.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I got the guns to back it up, too.
Wow. Those are some flabby guns.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into your first pro.
First pro, storyline.
Oh, yeah.
The majority of this film has two characters throughout the majority of this film.
Except for the very end.
Only in the last 10 minutes of this film, about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe not even that long, there's more characters. The majority of this film stars two people. Andrew Lady, Vincent Disante. Lady.
If
I don't get it right. They are at war with each other in this film. It is a fresh take on this franchise. We have one person going against Jason.
Solitary.
And you would think, oh man, that don't sound too entertaining.
Oh, it is.
It's done so well.
Yes.
My God, is it done well.
I mean, it is so awesome.
I absolutely love it. That does bring up a spoiler, though. As I said, only two people in the majority of this film.
Yep.
At the end of the film, 3 more characters are introduced.
We got some paramedics.
3 paramedics are introduced at the end of the film.
They're big cannon fodder in the series.
Remember, this is a spoiler review, guys. There's only 2 deaths in the movie.
Yes, his lowest body count ever.
Lowest body count ever, but that's what I'm telling you. This film is good without all the kills. This film is good watching Jason going after Kyle. Watching Kyle trying to get away and then realizing because, Kyle gets injured. As I said, spoilers, guys. Remember, spoilers.
Yes.
Kyle gets injured. He has a med kit in his backpack. He knows that he will bleed out. He will not make it out of there alive if he bleeds out. So he has no other choice but to go back to the camp where Jason happens to be, try to sneak in and get his med kit.
And if you're smart, if you're doing something like this by yourself, even if you're not doing something like this by yourself, you have at least a basic med kit with you.
Smart, hence the title, Never Hike Alone.
Kind of a smart idea.
Which, by the way, public service announcement, you should never hike alone anyways due to accidents, low cell phone reception, and all kinds of wildlife.
And only you can prevent forest fires.
That was funny. Anyways, though, guys, yes, story, though. Love this movie. Love the story.
Yes.
So well written. Mr. Vincent Disante, I know you're going to watch this. Thank you, brother, for writing a terrific script. What's your first pro, brother?
Well, the pro and the con at the same time. But my first pro...
we started that already.
Yeah. My first pro is all the tributes in this film to the Friday the 13th franchise. All those tributes, and not only that, the very beginning has that shot. It's The Shining. The very opening to The Shining.
You do. I don't know if that was intentionally that way, but it does remind you.
Yeah, it does.
Of The Shining.
The shot, the music, it all reminds me of the beginning of The Shining.
Right.
And that's great. I love the tributes in this film, especially to the other Friday the 13th movies.
And it does tribute a lot of them, mostly 1 through 6.
Yeah.
I really didn't see, there's no Jason X tribute.
Oh,
no
yeah. Well,
and,
how are you going to put a Jason X in there?
Even the remake, in a way, this could very well be a sequel to remake. In fact, some YouTubers have hypothesized that this film was done because they were tired of waiting on the companies to get done with their legal battles and make another film.
Yeah.
So, and thank God they did, because,
as
I said, this movie ranks right up there with most of the series, better than a lot of the series.
And we'll get to that in our rankings.
And we're putting in our ranking because of that. It deserves it.
It deserves it. 100% deserves it.
I have hardcore fans and friends and followers and subscribers
that say don't do it,
don't do it, because it's not part of the series officially.
But guess what? We're gonna do it.
It's earned its way in. And I'm hoping when it comes time to finally do another official film, maybe they'll get some of these guys to help out, because
they should.
Get Vincent Disante to direct it. Maybe not have him play Jason again, and that is not a con. He does an amazing Jason, which I'll get to in a second. But I just want to see Derek Mears back as Jason. That's just my personal thing. But hey, if they do let Vincent Disante be Jason, fine by me, because he's a badass. So.
Yeah, if only C.J. Graham was still young enough to be Jason.
Yeah. Did you want to expound on that anymore?
Let me think. Oh! Yeah! I got one more thing on that. We got your favorite place in the world! We got the barn!
It's not really a barn. It's not the barn.
It looks like a barn to me.
It's above the kitchen. It's the loft above the kitchen. And it has one of those old doors that goes to nowhere. It's literally a door.
It's for putting shit in there.
They would lift furniture up on lifts and cranes and stuff.
No, not really furniture. It's an attic, so they're lifting shit to store stuff. But still, that's another one. That door.
Yeah.
But still, I gotta say, we're in a barn again.
But also, you want to talk about a throwback? It talks about in the original films about how Jason and his mom lived above the kitchen. Remember?
Oh,
she was the cook. They lived above the kitchen.
Yes.
And that's what they do in this film. They put them back up above the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's amazing. We also have another throwback to Jason's mom. Her head is right next to his bed.
Well, that's a pro I'm getting into.
Whatever. It's another Easter egg. And you're, like I said, I don't know if that opening shots are a conscious tribute to The Shining, or if it just happens to be similar. But that leads into my next pro, the camera work and the cinematography. And I also love the opening and closing shots in this film. And I was so amazed with the way they did it. So amazed, in fact, that I am personally going to buy one of these just so I can do some cool ass shots like that just for my shitty YouTube videos. They have these amazing shots that look like beautiful helicopter shots.
They're
not a helicopter. They used drones.
Oh.
Simple drones. I mean, they probably had more expensive one than I'll be able to get. But you can go to Walmart, buy yourself a drone with a camera on it.
It makes sense.
You can use those drones to put footage in movies.
I must be too old because I didn't even think of that. Because I know with The Shining, it was a helicopter that they used for that.
Of course.
Because they didn't have shit like that. Yeah. I must be getting too old to think.
They used drones, and that is just absolutely amazing to me. It looks beautiful.
It is. All right. So was that?
Expanding on the cinematography a little bit and the camera work. So well done. Even this shot here, it's classic. Up front with him, up front with Jason, but when he's looking around the tree, Jason's blurry, right? Which he's supposed to be.
Ooh, Jason.
Every shot in this movie looks so good. The color is done so well. It looks amazing. The camera work is well done. It's not amateurish at all. These guys know what they're doing.
Yep.
These guys do an amazing job. And as I said, this is an amazing film, guys. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Definitely. All right. My next pro, we already touched on it a little bit with Mrs. Voorhees' head. Jason's lair. His lair, where Mrs.
Up above the kitchen?
Yeah. I love it. It's dirty, it's cringy, and of course, yeah, like I said, there's Mrs. Voorhees' head, but it looks like it's been lived in too.
Yeah, there's
it
like
does. It has that
food and
aspect of it's been lived in.
There's like old food and stuff.
Yes.
Kind of throwback to part 2 and the remake, you know, and in part 2 you see in that cabin, obviously he's been living in there. There's, you know, food around, stuff like that.
Yeah, trash.
Which, you got anything else to go on that? Because that segues perfectly into my next pro.
Not right now, but let's go into your pro, and then we'll see if I can add to that.
Okay. The portrayal and writing of the Jason character.
Oh?
We are not zombie Jason anymore.
No.
So technically, if you wanted to insert this film into the series, somewhere in 1 through 3, you know, like...
Or right after the remake, or before the remake.
Some people say you could put it after part 4 and even part 6, but that's a little bit of a stretch.
No, you can't do it after part 6.
Well, I mean, he might. He's kind of zombie-ish in a way because his head looks kind of dark and, you know, zombie-looking a little bit. Towards the back of his head, it's very dark-looking.
Yeah.
But he doesn't act... What I'm saying is he doesn't act like zombie Jason.
No.
This is not a Kane Hodder performance, folks.
But he isn't exactly... Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You know, Hodder's going to show up here one of these days and fucking bitch slap you.
Yeah.
You know, but he's also...
As long as I get it on film for my viewers, that's awesome.
Oh, dude, I will make sure it's on film. But he's also not Hunter Jason. He's not...
he is Hunter Jason.
No, he's not the hardcore.
Okay, but we can't really make that distinction because he's only going after one person.
That's true.
So, but he does hunt him. Watch.
He does hunt him.
He stalks him through the woods.
He goes
after him full bore, but he is like he grabs whatever he can find.
But
he pulls an axe out, and it's a newer looking axe. It's got a yellow plastic handle.
Oh yeah, that's too new looking.
Yeah, it is a little. But it could have just been sitting there forever and not, you know. But it wasn't dusty or anything, so that's what I'm saying. But
yeah, and if it was out in the sun like that, it would have faded.
Well, it was inside the thing, right inside the door.
Oh, okay.
It was in a bucket or a barrel right inside that door.
Okay, so it wouldn't get the sun damage. All right.
But, you know, he uses different weapons. There's a scene where he uses his hands, and we're going to get in that scene here in a minute because I don't want to give that part away just
yet. But still, we've got 55 minutes, and... He's only hunting one person. The other films we've got, however long they are, and he's got way bigger body count.
But that's why I said this movie and the story was done so well.
It was done very well.
The way they do it, you believe that he could be go after this one guy.
Okay, we're getting into a tangent here.
As long as it's about the movie, who cares?
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, coupled with the portrayal of Jason, we have the look of Jason. I think Jason looks really good. He looks amazing.
And that's one of my pros as well. He looks awesome. The mask isn't exactly...
And that's probably because of copyright.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it's a different kind of mask. A little different.
There it goes flying.
But it is really cool. And we get to see Jason here without his mask. See, that's what I said. It's kind of zombie Jason.
It kind of is.
It could be zombie. So maybe
it doesn't look like
maybe they're putting it that you could put this in anywhere in the series except for maybe after Jason goes to hell.
Yeah.
But you know, or after part 8. But you know, look at the mask.
Yeah,
the only thing missing is the
chevrons.
That's the only thing missing. And that was probably some sort of copyright issue.
It probably
was. Or maybe they just wanted to make their mask a little different so it's distinguishable.
But it is an awesome fucking looking mask.
It looks great. It looks absolutely amazing. Coupled with that, the cinematography we talked about.
Yeah.
The story we talked about. I want to go into a specific scene. There is a scene in this film, spoilers again, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Where Jason catches Kyle. He catches him at the side of the lake, trying to clean himself up, Jason comes bursting out of the lake.
And grabs him.
Throwback to a few of the movies on the franchise.
Oh, the first movie.
The second, the third, the remake. I mean, there's all kinds of it.
Well, coming out of the water, I would say the first movie, the remake.
Yeah.
If you want to go with just coming out of the water. Second movie, Window.
He grabs Kyle by the head and he pushes Kyle's head in.
Oh,
so
that
technically,
looks
you know,
so
I was
cool.
wrong. Technically, there are 3 kill scenes.
Even though it's a dream. We're back to dreams.
Okay, all right, you just spoiled my plot, my whole punchline there. It was a dream. Once again, these guys pay tribute and they go back to that dream. However, it's done well.
Yes.
Done very well. When he is squeezing Kyle's head, you hear his head pop. It's cool. You see his head kind of crunch in.
Yeah.
And then out of his mouth, because his head is like between Jason's hands, and the camera's like right here. And you see the blood just go out of his mouth, and it looks so amazing.
Yeah, and it's so well done. And the sound of his skull crunching.
So cool.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up, and he's in the back of an ambulance.
Now, where have we seen that before?
Yep. Now, this leads me into my final spoiler, guys. Jason attacks the ambulance, kills the people inside. But before he does that, they think Jason's outside. But it's not Jason. All of a sudden, the ambulance doors open, and guess who it is? Stitched right on his name, on his plate, it says Jarvis. And they call him Tommy. Tommy Jarvis, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, this film can go after 6. Because not only is Tommy Jarvis in the story, he plays the ambulance driver. It is none other than Mr. Tom Matthews himself from Part 6. Redoing his role as Tommy Jarvis. And I watched an interview with Vincente Disante. The story goes like this. And if they get a chance to make a second one, they're going to go into that.
Oh.
Tommy Jarvis has stayed at Crystal Lake his entire life. When he became an adult, he moved right back. His sister asked him many times why you don't leave that place, why you don't move away. He knew Jason would be there. He knew Jason would be back. He has kept a watch on the camp. That is how he knew that Kyle would need help, I guess. That is, I guess, one tiny little plot detail that kind of bothers me. How did they know? How did they know to come get him? What sent the ambulance out there? That's the only thing that's not explained. Now, Vincente Disante kind of explains it in the interview, but it's not explained in the film. But he knew that Jason would be there, and he has stayed in there to watch out for Jason, because he is going, if they ever make a second one, and Tommy Jarvis is going after Jason.
Nice.
If they get to make a second one.
I hope.
And that's no big secret, because if you go over to Will I Like It Reviews, he has a very long interview with Mr. Vincente Disante that talks all about it.
Yep.
So that is my final spoiler, though, guys. Tommy Jarvis. Oh, here comes that dream scene right now, actually.
Nice.
But Tommy Jarvis is in the movie, played by Mr. Tom Matthews himself. Blew me away. When he opened that doors, I was like, holy shit, oh my god, that's awesome. So, definitely, guys, so worth it, man. This movie, the acting from our main characters.
Amazing.
Andrew Lady, Vincente Disante. Great acting, guys.
Yes.
You guys did an amazing job. I can't stop praising this film. There will be a link to the movie at the end of the review. If you haven't seen it, go watch this movie.
And if you watched this, why didn't you stop and go watch it already?
Sorry if we spoiled it for you guys. Your fuck up. Sean, I'm talking to you. We get on our stream this Saturday. I want you to have seen this movie by Saturday. I'm talking to you, Sean. Don't disappoint me.
Or do.
You got any more pros, brother?
Yes, I've got one more pro for this film. It's the fact that, and we've already touched on it, but I'm just going to come flat out and say it. If you didn't know this was a fan film, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
You would have no clue. You'd be like,
great.
Oh, wow, why haven't I seen this Friday the 13th?
Mm-hmm. It's an amazing film, guys.
You wouldn't know.
It's an awesome movie.
It was that well done.
And I'm hoping, if you have checked it already, that's why you're sticking around for the rest of this review.
Yes.
If you haven't, that's on you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. We warned you already.
So that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I'm going to put the link at the end. I do want to promote real quick this Saturday, August 25th, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. I think it's 5 p.m. West Coast. Maybe
I'm not sure.
6. I can't remember exactly. Myself, Lisa Loves, Sean Erschen, Movie Massacre, Horror Miser Monty G, Horrific Nightmares JM, Dave Maggot, who directed, produced, and wrote one of my last reviews, Groundhog, which I know you've seen that because it's got a lot of views. Go check that out if you haven't, though. It's awesome. And Mr. Horror Digest will be doing another stream. We had some issues with our last stream. Hopefully we've gotten those all worked out. And we will be doing another stream this weekend. So tune into that, guys. It will be on Sean Ershen's channel. In the meantime...
we got one more thing.
What's that?
Favorite kill?
I don't know. I really...
We both have the same one.
There's only 2 real kills, and then...
The skull crushing.
That's the dream kill, yes. Okay.
Hey.
You know what? This time I'm not going to put the clip. Just go watch the movie.
Yeah, that is both of our favorite kills, is the skull crush.
Even though it is not an actual kill. It is a dream.
Hey, but it's still fucking awesome.
It's an awesome looking kill. Anyways, guys, this is BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
And Bill saying good night.
I don't think they even realize what they fucking with. Cause if they did, they know their name was on my bucket list. Before you know it, got your picture on the jug of milk. It's what you get for not respecting that I'm slugger built. Knock your head off, I just might let some lead off. I'm calling beds off, my chopper's about to set off. I'm blinking red for talking shit, that's what they get. I see the future, even Nostradamus saw him dead. Should've figured, I guess they got the warning late. Sipping liquor, I'm trying to stop the morning shakes. Something bigger, I'm evil and I'm pouring hate. I'm a killer, fuck they mama Norman Bates. My Jason mask on, my Freddy Krueger glove. Leather faces chainsaw, blood on my